Couldn't you sleep either? I brought you a cup of tea if you want it. I don't know what to do with myself sometimes. I toss and turn all night waiting for dawn to come.
Yeah.
I thought I heard you in the night.
Oh, yeah. Listening, were you?
No, I thought I heard you crying.
So? What's it got to do with you?
Oh, just forget it, will you? I'm only saying.
Good. I wasn't crying anyway. Why would I want to cry?
No reason. I feel like crying sometimes.
Crying's no use. It never gets you anywhere.
No. Yeah. Come on, it's clean.
Thanks.
Hi, have you seen Lorraine this morning?
She's outside. She's crying.
All right, can you look after Peter for me?
Yeah.
Lorraine, I wondered where you were.
Couldn't sleep.
Do you want some breakfast?
Sure. You know what we should do? Beat him up. Kill him.
No. I'm not much good at violence. I can't even kill spiders.
If I had a gun, I'd do it myself. That'd be too good for him, though. I want him to die slowly.
You want who to die slowly?
Nobody.
Oh, right. Well, we reckon it's about time for breakfast, don't we, Pete, eh?
Yeah, look, we're almost out of bread. I was wondering if you and Peter might like to go and get some.
Hey, I got some yesterday, I'm sure.
Please, Michael.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
You could get Lorraine some cigarettes as well.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I want my
Come on. Yeah, we're gonna
Here
get
you are. Who's this?
Thanks.
Do you really want to get him?
What do you think, Lynn? I hate him.
So, we should go and see your mum. That's the best way.
No.
When did you start smoking?
A couple of years ago.
Won't do you any good, you know.
You're as bad as my mother.
Thanks.
Don't smoke, brush your teeth, make sure you got a clean hanky.
Mine used to nag me about just the same things.
You ever smoked then?
I didn't take any notice of my mum either. I gave up when I was pregnant. I haven't had one since. And I'm not going to start again now.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like giving it up at the moment.
It's all right. I'm not going to lecture you.
I wish my mum was like you.
That's what everyone thinks. Wait till Peter's your age, then ask him what he thinks about it.
How long were you married?
6 years. I was your age when I started going out with him.
You mean you didn't go with anyone else?
No, not at 15.
I would have thought you knew what it was all about.
No, not then. Mind you, you couldn't win. If you went out with anyone for longer than a month, people thought you were at it anyway.
I thought about getting myself pregnant, you know. No, not him. Anybody. Didn't matter who. I just wanted someone who'd love me. Really love me. But I thought they'd only take it away.
Probably.
That wouldn't have been the worst thing. Knowing my mum, she'd have wanted to keep it and bring it up. And after a couple of years, he'd have started again, wouldn't he? On my baby. Do you think they'll stop him?
Yes. Listen, if you really want to make sure...
I'm not going to see it, I can't.
But you know what the police said. If your mum backs you up, it'll help them when they prosecute him.
But what can she say? Even if I tell her, she won't believe me.
Yes, she will.
It was going on for 6 years in her own house. She must have known all along. Why didn't she stop him, Lynn? Why didn't she stop it?
Oh, you big on. Oh, sorry.
Hello.
Oh, hi.
Is Lorraine still up there?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Do you want me to tell her you were asking?
Tell her what you like.
Well, it isn't really, because when you think that this wood has... Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Telly's rubbish at this time of day.
Well, he can't stay here forever watching telly.
Oh, well, I better go.
Oh, don't be so flaming silly.
Please don't shout at me, Lynn. I couldn't bear it if you turned against me.
I'm not turning against you. But you can't carry on like this. You have to do something if you want things to get back to normal.
Is that what you call it? Normal?
You have to say something to your mum.
Drop dead?
You do realise if you don't say something, your dad might.
Dad?
He might do. He might try and bluff it out. Tell everybody you've been spinning a tale. Well, you've said yourself your mum won't want to believe it if he gets to her first.
I can't win, can I?
Yes, he can. Tell your mum. You've convinced me, you've convinced the police.
That's different.
Whatever you think, Lorraine, I'm sure your mum doesn't know.
She must do.
You should at least give her a chance.
She won't listen to me.
I'll take you over there.
Please, Lynn, I don't want to go back there.
I'll stay with you.
Tell her to come here.
Okay. But remember, wherever you tell her, it's going to be as hard for her as it is for you. What's the number?
Hello? Hello?
Carol, it's Lynn. Lorraine wants to see you.
Well, she knows where I am.
It would be better if you came here.
Better for who? I've done enough chasing after her to last me a lifetime.
It's important.
Well, she can come here then.
Look, Carol, Lorraine's asking if you'll come and talk to her here.
Look, I don't know what it's got to do with you, Lynn Whiteley. If my daughter wants to see me, she can come home on her own.
This is no time to argue.
Well, I'm just not interested. Put her on.
I
Told
can't.
you you're wasting your time. You never cared about me. You never cared about anybody else but yourself. Well, you needn't waste your precious time coming here, because I don't want to see you ever again.
Hi.
Hi. We had breakfast with Archie and Alice, didn't
Oh. Look, I'm just nipping out for a minute. Will you make sure Lorraine's all right?
we? Yeah, sure. Lynn, don't you think it'd help if you told me what's going on?
Please, Michael.
Oh, no, don't ask and keep your mouth shut. Show me then.
Bang!
Bang.
I was ringing about the advert for the barmaid. Ah, right. Okay, thanks.
Can I come in?
Looks like you already are.
I think you should come back with me, Carol. Come and talk to Lorraine.
You can take this with you, it's so close.
I know you still care
Oh,
about her.
I don't need any lectures from you.
She needs you more than she ever has before.
If she needs me so much, she can come home.
It's important you go to her. The social worker said...
Social worker? Social worker? What's going on?
I'm sorry, Carol. I can't tell you. It's got to be Lorraine.
Just who do you think you are, Lynn Whiteley? Interfering in things that have nothing to do with you.
I know it must seem like that, but it doesn't matter. It's not important.
It's not important. You take my daughter away from me. You broadcast our private affairs to heaven knows who. And you stand there and tell me it's not important. Get out of my house.
What about Lorraine?
If Lorraine wants to come home, she knows where it is. Now get out.
No, I'm not going, Carol. Not until you come with me. For heaven's sake, she's your daughter. She needs you.
No.
You've got to help her. You're the only one who can.
Well, why won't she just come home?
She's frightened.
Well, I won't be angry. Whatever she's done, we'll work it out. Tell her.
I can't tell her any more, Carol. It's got to be you. You've got to go to her.
I don't know. I just can't take any more.
She's only 5 minutes away. If you don't come now, it could be too late.
John, Mum.
No, no thanks. I don't. My dad never liked it.
He's dead, isn't he, Dad?
Yeah.
Do you miss him?
I'm glad he's dead. If you could see the mess I've got myself into. Mind you, if he was still alive. None of this would...
Carol.
Oh, I hope. I think I better take Peter visiting again. Hi.
Hi.
We're just off. Unless you want me to stay.
No, you go. Thanks, Michael.
Right. Come on then, Peter. Let's be having you.
I've told you, Lorraine, I won't have you smoking.
Stop me.
Well then, what have you got to say for yourself?
What did you tell her?
She told me that you wanted to talk to me.
What's the point? I can't talk to you. You don't really want to listen, do you?
I hope you don't think you're going to smoke at home.
I'm not going home.
Is that what you dragged me here for? For her to tell me that she's not coming home?
I told you not to bother.
Well then, Lorraine, come on. Tell me what's so important. Are you pregnant?
No.
Oh, well, stealing then, is that it? Have they caught you stealing?
See? She doesn't want to listen to me. She never has.
If you stop lying for a minute, I might want to listen. You are pregnant, aren't you?
No, I'm not pregnant.
Then what?
It's Daddy.
Daddy? Daddy?
He's been playing with me.
What? What are you talking about?
He made me, Mum. He made me.
What are you saying?
You know what I'm saying, don't you? Don't you?
It isn't true. It isn't true. You made her say this.
Carol.
I won't listen.
Mum, please.
You don't know her like I do. She tells lies. It's to get attention. Derek wouldn't do that. He's a good man. He loves her. He wouldn't. She's lying.
I told you.
Lorraine, can we come in?
Lorraine, open this door.
Lorraine!
Then what did I tell you? I told you she's lying.
I don't think so, Carol.
Of course she is. She may have had you fooled, Lynn, but now I'm here. She'll never be able to keep it up.
I'm not the only one. She's had to tell a lot of people who know what they're talking about. They all believed her.
No! It can't be true. I would have known. Something like that couldn't happen, not without me knowing.
Look, do you want me to call Janet Dixon, the social worker? I'm sure she'd come and talk to you.
No. I can manage without social services poking their noses in, thanks.
Can you? So what do you suggest we do now, then? Just leave Lorraine to get by on her own?
No, of course not.
Suppose it is true. Suppose she's not lying. Shouldn't you at least give her a chance?
Yes.
I think I might know where she's gone. Let's go and find her, eh?
What's the matter? Can't you read it properly? Derek Nelson is a child abuser, got it? There you are, Mum. Now everybody knows, even if you don't.
Lorraine, come here this minute. Lorraine, what will the neighbours say, for heaven's sake?
I don't care what the neighbours think. I don't care.
Lorraine, come back. You're only making things worse.
Tell her to go away, then.
You've got to give her a chance too. She will listen to you, I promise.
Will you?
I'll try, Lorraine.
Come on, love, before someone calls the police.
Come on, love.
They'll all know now, his neighbours, won't they?
It's a bit difficult to miss, really.
I still wish I had a gun.
It's nice here, isn't it? It's really peaceful.
Yeah. It's a wonder sometimes, doesn't it? You know, why there's wars and that.
Wish it was that simple.
It is that simple. People shouldn't go around hurting each other no matter what.
Oh, yeah, well, suppose somebody hurt Alice then. I mean, really hurt her deliberately.
Typical of people like you. You always ask that question, don't you? Hoping you're going to get the right answer.
It's true, though, isn't it? If somebody hurt her, you'd want to hurt them back.
Yeah, of course you would. That wouldn't make it right, though, would it? You saying if Joe came up here and stoved your head in with an iron bar, that'd be right? Well, it won't, would it? You're being stupid. Here's some bread.
Does anybody want a cup of tea?
I'd love one.
Right, I won't be long.
Don't go. I want you here.
I'll only be in the kitchen.
Please, Lynn.
Sure.
I don't know how to start.
Just take your time, love.
Look, Lorraine, if you want to tell me you're making all this up, it need go no further.
Please, Carol. Go on.
Do you remember my 7th birthday?
Not particularly. Why?
You and Dad got me my bike. My red bike.
Oh, yes, yes, of course I remember. It was a lovely bike. Picked it out for her specially. It was her father wanted it red. But you never liked it, did you? I was always saying to her, why don't you go out and play on your bike? She never would.
That's when it started, Mum. On my 7th birthday. Dad took me out on the bike. We went down to the woods. You know, near the cemetery. He said... He asked me, did I like it? Did I like my bike? And when I told him that I did, he said that he wanted me to show him how much I liked it. That was the first time. Just before we got home, he said, I mustn't tell you, because it was our secret. Just me and Dad. I used to think it was fun having a secret with Dad.
He was a good father.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody thought he was.
They always liked him at school. He was always there on Parents' Day. And Sports Day, that was his favourite. He always liked helping the kids. And she was so proud of him. The way he turned up for everything when other fathers couldn't be bothered.
Has she told you all this?
Most of it, yes.
And you believed her?
Yes, Carol, I believe her. She's telling the truth.
It's true, Mum. You've got to believe me.
But your own father, his little girl.
He said it was because I was naughty. They had to punish me for being a naughty girl.
Why are you telling me now, Lorraine? Why now?
Because of Jenny, Mum. She's 7. The same age as me when he started. I couldn't let him do it again. I couldn't.
But you waited till now to tell me.
I couldn't let him do it to her. I know what she was going through. When you started working at the pub, you were never gone more than 5 minutes before he came to see me.
He always said you were no trouble. I could never understand it. She'd never go to sleep for me. Always messing me about, always wanting something. She'd want a drink or she'd want her teddy. She'd throw it on the floor. I'd have to go up and pick it up, maybe 10 times a night.
I wanted to know that you loved me.
I used to get so angry with her. Always messing me around. I used to say to her, wait till your father gets home.
Yeah, and he'd come and see me and tell me that I'd made you cross. So he had to punish me again.
Oh, Lorraine, why didn't you tell me? Why
I
didn't
thought
you tell
knew.
me?
I could hear you sometimes downstairs, you know. Doing the washing up or something. I thought you knew. And you just didn't care.
I'll kill him. I swear it, I'll kill him.
I used to blame you. It was all your fault. You said you didn't love him properly. That's why he needed me. To take your place.
Oh, God in heaven, help me. How could I have let this happen?
I loved my dad. I thought I had to do it. To please him. To make him happy.
When we separated, you know, I thought, well, at least Lorraine and her dad still get on, even if we don't anymore. He told her, the morning he moved out, he said to her, look, even though Mummy and Daddy don't love each other anymore, he'd always love his little girl.
He hated it when I started growing up. He used to call me his baby. That was a joke. I started going out with boys before anybody else at school. I had my first boyfriend by the time I was 11. He caught us holding hands. But it was just another excuse for him to punish me. He says that it was all my fault, so he had to show me how wicked I was. It's true. I could have any boy I wanted at school by the time I was 12. They were all the same. All wanted the same thing. I thought they might love me. Really love me because I thought you didn't.
Oh, Lorraine. Of course I love you. I've always loved you.
He said you were a cow. And I had to make up for that. And I was pleased. Because I thought I was getting one over you. But it just kept going on and getting worse and worse, and I started hating him, but I couldn't stop.
But when he moved out after the divorce, you could have stopped seeing him then.
Don't you understand? I hated him. But when it stopped, that was just as bad. Because I knew he didn't love me anymore. When I saw him with Jenny, I was jealous. Can you believe it? Because I thought she was taking my dad away from me. I knew I couldn't let him do it again. I had to stop him.
Oh, sweetheart, I'm so proud of you.
You do believe me?
Oh, yes, sweetheart, yes, I believe you.
It wasn't my fault.
No, of course it wasn't your fault. It was your father.
Will it be all right?
Oh, yes, Lorraine, it'll be all right. I'll never let anybody hurt you again, ever, I promise.
If you've been affected by issues raised in today's episode, you can go to itv.com/advice for support information.